is this, that the Eid day, first of all, the first thing to do is people should, particularly men and those that go to the prayer ground, must clean themselves, wear new clothes, have, make themselves very nice, go to the prayer ground, pray 2 rakah, and after praying 2 rakah, the imam will stand up and make khutbah, will address Muslims, remind them of their obligations, urge them to how do you call it, stick to Islamic moral values, Islamic virtues, and then after the Eid, they will be exchange prayers, and we exchange gifts. And visits. So in other words, we have to do it in a way that does not contradict any of the teaching of Islam. Yeah, I understand.
But basically, what are the mandatory...
I understand somebody's on the line, I think.
Okay, someone's on the line. Yeah. Looks like someone is trying to get in. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ikra. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Bakau. Okay. Can you please reduce the volume of your television? Can you please put down the volume?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether if you were about to pray and unfortunately you fall asleep, and by 11 o'clock you wake up and when to pray, you find out that you were asleep.
You were?
How are you going to do that prayer? Are you to pray it or not?
Okay.
You were?
This is when you... Okay. I think it means something like someone sleeping and forgetting a prayer that's what he or she should have done, and realized it at a certain time later. What should the person do?
Well, I think this person, if he can come back to clarify the question. But what you are saying is a simple issue. If you're sleeping, you miss the prayer. When you wake up, you must. And what type of prayer is he referring to? The Eid prayer or whatever. Let's give her a chance if she can come back to repeat the question. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that is what. Yes.
Hello. I think there's someone on the line again. Hello. Yes.
Good evening, how are you?
Can you bring down
Can you bring down the volume of your television level?
Okay,
Okay.
hello?
Hello. Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. The volume is still loud. Can you bring it down? Yes.
Yes.
How are you?
We're fine.
This is one of your students. I was here.
Oh, I was here.
Okay.
I just want to contribute on the program.
Most welcome.
Oh, you must thank you so much.
I've seen that most of these zakats, I think people are using some form of tradition, saying that let's say it should be given to a particular person in the family, let's say the older one, or is it that it should be given to the poor people, the needy people?
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Because I think tradition is disappearing here.
Well, I don't know what you mean by tradition here, but naturally you've said it. You've said it all.
Some people will say that if we are taking zakat for a small kid, let's say for the children in the compound, you should give it to the grandmother or the grandfather.
Okay, you're quite.
Instead of giving it to the needy.
Okay, let me explain now.
Okay, I think that's correct. Thank you so much.
What you said, the first thing is the right thing. Give it to the needy. Yes, you can give. Now, whom among the needy deserves it most?
Deserves it most.
That's a very important question also to answer. And then it is very possible and permissible to give it to those that are needy among your relatives, provided that their livelihood is not under your responsibility. Those that you are obliged to feed,
yes,
like your immediate family, your own children, your wife, your parents if they are poor. These category of people, their livelihood is upon you. You are responsible for their feeding. You cannot give it to them. But any other relative who's poor, who is very poor, who needs it, you can give it to him. If it is not your duty to to feed him. In fact, the ulama says that it's better to give it to a poor relative than give it to a far distant relative.
Okay,
but either way, it's correct. You can give it to those that are not really among your relatives, those that are among your relatives, provided that they deserve it and provided they are not among those that you should feed. And you can also give it to, whether they are elderly, whether they are young, you can distribute it to as many people as possible. You can combine much of it and give it to one person. What is important is to make sure that you give it out on the right time, and you give it also to the needy people.
Now, Doctor, you are talking about the Eid and the...
Another
caller attempting to come in. Hello.
Hello, assalamu
Alaikum salam.
I just want to ask one question.
Yes,
welcome.
Welcome, the flash.
It says that it is incumbent, Zakat al-Fitr is incumbent on every Muslim.
Yes.
Exactly so.
Yes, okay. What about those who are so needy that they deserve to receive, the Zakat al-Fitr? Is it also incumbent on them?
Yes, those that don't have anything, they are poor, and they don't have anything apart from the food for that particular day. According to the ulama, they are not obliged to give. Even though some other, it's a group of ulama among them says that if they're given enough, until they have surplus, like a poor Muslim within the vicinity, a group of poor Muslims within the vicinity, many people give them. So much so that they have got their feeding for that day and they have a surplus. They can take out of that surplus and give it out.
Give out to other this thing.
If they do it, it's valid, but it's not mandatory upon them. Because the fact of the matter is that they don't have it. And this is an obligation which is imposed on those who can give.
Now,
and if the individual Muslim does not have, but there is somebody who is responsible for his feeding, that person who is responsible for his feeding must give it out. But those that are poor and they are not feeding, it's not an obligation upon any other person. Naturally, the obligation is waived.
Now, Doctor, this just underlines the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants everyone to be happy on that day.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the celebration, like you said, comes in the Islamic form. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it, and peace is the best celebration. Now, are there any other mandatory, ibadats, forms of zikr that should be conducted?
No. In fact, the celebration itself, in its entirety, is not mandatory. It's sunnah. The prayers is sunnah. The zikr that we make are sunnah. The exchange of gifts and these are sunnah. Everything is sunnah.
What is recommended?
But what is recommended is therefore to do it in the right way, Ibrahim. That's why I was saying that if like you are here, your parents are in the campus or elsewhere, go and visit them. Go and visit the elderly, give the al-mami, the al-kali, the head of state, for instance, those that are in authority. To the ulama, go and do something good, socially, something that